And so, in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, although I am going to Hollywood next week, I don't want you to think that I'm leaving you. Now, how could I? For my heart is here in the theater, and 3,000 miles are too far away to be away from my heart. I'll be back to claim it, and soon. That is, if you want me back.
Beautiful, Eve. Beautiful.
Oh, thanks, Matt. And, well, Margo, how did you like my speech?
Very nice, Eve. Only one thing. I wouldn't worry too much about your heart. You can always put that award where your heart ought to be. Come on, Bill, let's go home.
The curtain has fallen on the Theater Guild on the Air production of All About Eve, sponsored by the United States Steel Corporation. We express our thanks to our star, Tallulah Bankhead, as Margo, and to Beatrice Pearson as Eve and Kevin McCarthy as Bill Sampson. Our thanks also to the other members of our cast, as Lloyd Richard, Don Briggs, as Addison DeWitt, Alan Hewitt, as Bertie Coonan, Florence Robinson, as Max Fabian, Stefan Schnabel, as the pianist, Reginald Mason, and as the telephone operator, Prudence Truesdell. Joseph L. Mankiewicz wrote the screenplay All About Eve, which was based on a short story by Mary Orr, who was featured tonight as Karen Richards. And now let's hear from Basil Rathbone. Just a word about next week's play.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Next week on Theatre Guild on the Air, it is my privilege to join Alan Webb and Margaret Phillips in a performance of The Winslow Boy, Terence Rattigan's heart-tugging comedy drama of an English boy accused of petty theft and the repercussions that aroused the world. We sincerely feel that you will be richly rewarded if you listen. Thank you.
Tonight's presentation of All About Eve was through the courtesy of 20th Century Fox, producer of the Technicolor motion picture The Snows of Kilimanjaro, starring Gregory Peck, Susan Hayward, and Ava Gardner. The Theatre Guild on the Air is under the supervision of Lawrence Langner and Teresa Helbert, with our Mina Marshall executive producer. S. Mark Smith is editor. Music was composed and conducted by Hera Levy. Your announcer has been Norman Brokenshire. The United States Steel Corporation hopes that you'll be with us next Sunday at the same time.
Tonight, hear Dragnet over NBC.